probably read 1 to 2 hours a day, and that puts me in the top 0.00001%. I think that alone accounts for any material success that I've had in my life and any intelligence that I might have.
You've said before you think of books as throwaways. How did you come to think about books like that, and what impact has that had on what you read?
I mean, that's really an impact of the internet. Once the internet came along, I think it's destroyed everybody's attention span because now all of humanity's works are available to you at any given time, and you're being interrupted constantly. So just our attention span goes down, our ability to focus goes down. But at the same time, we just become more judicious. We also want the meat. And the problem with books is that to write a book, to publish it, to publish a physical dead tree book, it just takes a lot of work and effort and money. So sometimes people start wrapping long books around simple ideas. Those are probably my least favorite books. And it's kind of why I avoid the whole business and self-help category, because you generally have one good idea and it's buried in hundreds or thousands of pages and lots of anecdotes. So what happened was I just noticed that sometime in the late 90s, I stopped reading as much as I used to, and I started reading more blogs. I started reading less books and more blogs, and great blogs like Farnham Street and Kevin Simler's blog, Melting Asphalt, and so on. You get incredibly smart people digestifying, simplifying, and writing these great things, but it's only a page or two or three pages. So I got really into blogs. But then I'd stop reading books, and a lot of the oldest wisdom is actually in books. And with books, you're now talking about the combined works of all of humanity as opposed to just who happens to be blogging right now. So I realized I missed that. And then with the Kindle and the iBooks coming along, that allowed me to start treating books like I treat blogs, which is when I go to a blog, I'll actually skim through lots of articles until I find one that looks really interesting. I'll read that whole article all the way through and maybe take notes. So now I treat books the same way, which is I'll skim through a large number of books. I'll put them down. I'll jump around, back, forward, middle, until I find a part that's interesting. Then I'll just consume that piece. And I won't feel guilty about having to finish the entire book. Because I just view it as a blog archive, right? It's like a blog might have 300 posts on it, and you can read just the 2, 3, 5 that you need right now. And I think you can think of a book the same way. And then that opens the world and web of books back open to us instead of it being buried somewhere. I think, like many people, I know of a lot of friends who are currently stuck on a book somewhere. And if you ask people if they read, everybody says they read. Everybody says they're reading a book. They can answer which book they're reading. But the reality is very few people actually read and actually finish books.
Yes,
And I think that's probably because of all these societal and personal rules that we've put up. Like you must finish a book and you must read books that are good for you and you can't read junk food books and this is a hot book right now and so on. The reality is I don't actually read that much compared to what people think. Like I probably read 1 to 2 hours a day, and that puts me in the top 0.00001%. I think that alone accounts for any material success that I've had in my life and any intelligence that I might have, because real people don't read an hour a day. Real people, I think, read a minute a day or less. Making it an actual habit is the most important thing. And how you make it a habit doesn't matter. It's very much like exercise or working out. Do something every day. It almost doesn't matter what you do. So the people who are obsessing over, like, should I be weight training or should I be doing tennis or should I be doing Pilates or should I be doing the high intensity training method versus the happy body versus whatever, they're missing the point. The important thing is to do something every day. It doesn't matter what it is. So the same way I would argue the important thing is to read every day. And it doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter what you read, because eventually you'll read enough things and your interest will lead you there that it will dramatically improve your life. So just like the best workout for you is the one that you're excited enough to do every day, the same way I would say the best books to read are the ones that are books or blogs or Twitter or whatever, anything with ideas and information and learning. The best ones to read are the ones that you're excited about reading all the time.